Hello, hello. How's everybody doing? We are back with another live. Let me turn off my AC so you guys can hear me. All right, so today we are going to be talking about the skincare mistakes that women make in their 30s, okay? If you missed yesterday's live, we talked about the top ingredients that you should be using in your 30s. If you haven't checked our live out, it is up. So go and take a look at that. And if you're not subscribed, take a moment and subscribe. Join the Skin Spiritualist. I don't even know what to call you guys, but join the family. Okay, over here we are all things skincare, from acne to natural ingredients, even underarm care, all that. So but but now I'm like on this spin of wanting to really talk about skincare in the 30s because I am 37, and there are some things when it comes to this age group that you do want to start doing with your skin. Now, I feel like 30s, we're that middle ground, right? We're not in our 20s, we're not in our 40s. Like, you're just in that like gray area, if you will, where I always say what you did in your 20s is going to show up in your 30s. And so this is where you kind of can do some damage control when it comes to your skincare, if you will. So, yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and let's get into the skincare mistakes that you are making if you are a woman or a male in your 30s that you need to stop doing. Okay. So we can make sure that we get those issues together. So, the first mistake, and I have my notes here, the first mistake that you are doing is that you are treating your skin like you are in your 20s. Now, in your 20s, I used to fall asleep with my makeup on, eyeliner and all. Okay, we used to do that. We knew it wasn't good for you, but after going to like the club, after partying, fell asleep with my makeup. It was nothing. Why? Because in our 20s, our skin can recover so much better, right? You can go probably not drinking as much water and not have a big effect. Like, your skin still will pop back. All right. Um, but the thing about in your 30s that, people need to start to actually pay attention to is that the collagen dips. So when you're in your 30s, you are losing collagen. Also, your cell turnover is a lot slower. So this is why when we talked about yesterday's video about the top ingredients that you needed, a lot of those ingredients were um, collagen stimulants, collagen producing cell turnover products, because those are sorry, ingredients, because those are very important when it comes to keeping those levels in the skin um, balanced so that you have your best looking skin. Okay, so you want to make sure that you are really taking into consideration the use of collagen and things that promote cell turnover when it comes to your skin in your 30s. But yeah, you're not 20 anymore. Okay, we can't be sleeping in our makeup, we can't be lacking on our collagen, or eating things that promote collagen, or using the right products that promote that cell turnover. You want to start to do those things to really target those skin issues that just happen naturally. Listen, we're all going to go ahead and age, right? I think that's one thing that you have to realize. We're all going to age. All right. Our skin, for what it was in our 20s, is not going to be the same in our 30s. Our skin in our 30s is not going to be the same in our 40s. Our skin in our 40s is not going to be the same in our 50s, and so on. So with each chapter of life, you have to adjust. So that is one mistake. The second mistake that people make in their 30s when it comes to their skin is ignoring the neck and chest. And I agree with this wholeheartedly. I always say everything you do to your face, drop it down to your neck, bring it into your chest. When you are washing your face, you should not just be washing your face. You should be taking it down your neck and into your chest area. Serums, toners, moisturizers, masks, treatments, not just here, bring it down the face, down the neck, bring it into the chest. Okay. You have to start to what's the word? Focus more on this area too as you age, because these are signs of aging as well. Personally, for me, I've always had like necklines, if you will, but I feel like they have gotten a little bit more prominent as I've aged, especially with these dang phones, because our heads are like this all the time. So I feel like when your head is like this all the time, it creates more of that in the neck. But it happens over time. You know, your body, you move, you do this, you do that. You're going to have wrinkles in the neck or things that show up in the neck, but you want to make sure that everything you do to your face, all products are being dropped down to your neck and your chest. And usually they say just like the hands can show your aging, your neck and your chest show it as well. So definitely make sure you are not ignoring your neck and your chest. If y'all hear screaming, there are kids in my apartment, and I don't know. I feel like they're always screaming. I don't know. But yeah, just in case y'all hear screaming. All right. And number three, the third mistake that many do in their 30s is skipping sunscreen, mostly indoors. I'm gonna alter this. I wrote down skipping sunscreen, but I'm gonna alternate this, because if we spoke about SPF yesterday, and I told you guys how I felt SPF, especially with the way that this UV is going, it's not enough. And I don't want to go into too much detail because we already talked about that. So if you want to hear more of my thoughts, you can check out yesterday's live. It is uploaded. But you need more than just SPF outside. You need a hat, you need something to cover up, because the UVs are not, that sunscreen is not holding up. That sunscreen is folding under these UV rays, okay? And it could be the ozone layer and things of that sort, but you definitely want to make sure that you are using things to cover. Now, there's a whole thing about using SPF indoors, and I'm going to debunk that. I am not someone who feels just because you're sitting in your living room like this, you should be putting on sunscreen. No, I do think that our skin needs a certain amount of vitamin D. A lot of Americans, if you don't know, are vitamin D deficient. And I do feel like, yes, we need some protection, but we don't need to be drilled on about it. Like, you can be okay with sitting in your house in front of your window and not have to worry about sunscreen. Okay, now if you are baking yourself in your window for hours on end, okay, that's one thing. But that whole wear sunscreen 24/7, no. That I feel is just a lot, you know. All right. So the next mistake that many do in 30s when it comes to their skincare is over exfoliating. And this is something that I also tell people all the time, especially when it comes to all the ingredients that we come across, you know, when it comes to social media and walking into a store, and you go, okay, well, AHAs and BHAs and retinols and retinoids, and you're boom, 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 and you're using all these products. And a lot of people do not know that you're using one product that has a retinol in it, using another product that has an AHA in it, using another product that has a BHA in it, and then you're wondering why your skin is acting a mess. It is because you are doing too much, right? You only need one exfoliator in your skincare routine, and figure out what that exfoliator is going to be for you. If it's going to be a BHA, if it's going to be an AHA, if it's going to be a retinol, if it's going to be an actual physical exfoliant, you need to figure out which one it is and stick to only one. And when I say stick to only one, that can be either a serum, an actual physical exfoliator, or a face mask that has those ingredients in it, the chemical exfoliants. But you should not be using four different items in your skincare routine that all contain exfoliants. No, that's how you mess up your skin. So you really want to do your research and make sure that you're not over exfoliating. Rule of thumb, you should only be exfoliating once a week. Okay. Um, so keep that in mind. Perry, hey, how's it going, girl? Okay, so the fifth mistake that you are doing in your 30s when it comes to your skincare is using the wrong ingredients. And that it kind of ties hand in hand with what I just last talked about. But using the wrong ingredients for your skin type, using the wrong ingredients together, and I say that all the time. There are certain ingredients that you should not be mixing together when it comes to skincare. Okay, you know, you need to understand what you are using, and if it cancels out or does not mix well with another ingredient. So make sure you're not using the wrong ingredients for your skin type or mixing the wrong ingredients as well. And then I also put down in my notes, hey Perry, oh, I'm good. I'm good, Perry. It's kind of quiet around here. Y'all hear how quiet it is? Well, when the kids ain't screaming. But no, I'm good. I think I had a little bit too much coffee though, because I'm kind of I'm a little. All right. But then the ingredients that you need to be using, of course, we talked about in yesterday's video. So go ahead and check that out for reference. All right. So the sixth mistake that you are doing in your skincare if you are over the age of 30 or in your 30s is not moisturizing enough. And listen, your skin can become dull as you are moving forward in life, right? You lose elasticity, you lose a lot of things, even moisture. And well, 30s is a little bit too early to talk about that because I was going to talk about like women and menopause, but your 30s, you're not really hitting menopause. That's not until like probably late 40s, 50s. So we're gonna not really talk about that unless you hit menopause early, which I don't think that's kind of rare, right? So I don't really want to talk about that part of it because we're not talking about 40s or 50s, talking about 30s. But anyways, you lose elasticity, all that, especially if you are dry skin. You want to make sure that you are using moisture. Okay. Moisture just helps to keep the skin looking plump, looking hydrated. And when you are hydrated, you look what? More youthful. Okay. Number seven, a skincare mistake is sleeping with your makeup on just once. And I pretty much said that in the beginning of this video. That is something that we cannot be doing in our 30s. Okay. We just can't be. All right. You just, no. Mm-mm. You need to take the time to wash your face, remove your makeup. Okay. Don't be sleeping in no eyeliner. Don't be doing it. And one thing I've noticed is that people who constantly sleep in eyeliner, have you noticed what happens to their eyes? They have this permanent like darkness like around the eye area. Don't do it. Excuse me. Do not do it. Mm-mm. Cleanse that makeup off. Okay. All right. So the next one is ignoring stress and lifestyle. I talk about this one all the time. This one has just become another hot topic when it comes to talking about skin. But your lifestyle, your stress also shows up on your skin. And we talked about this more too yesterday. It shows up on your skin. Yeah. And then you're wondering why you are sucked in dark circles, bags, and all that. You're not sleeping well. You really need to start to take a look at your life. And I feel like in your 30s, you have a little bit more control over your lifestyle. I feel like a lot of us in our 30s, we're kind of like set into our careers. But you know what? It is 2025 and there's a lot going on. So I kind of waver on that one. But usually in our 30s, we are a little bit more set. We know what we want. We know where we're at. We know where we're going. You know what I'm saying? Like we have it down packed pretty much when it comes to our day to day. But you just have to come to a point where if your skin is not looking its best and you know that you're stressing at your job, you know that you're not eating proper, your proper diet, you're not drinking your water, you really need to make sure that you are doubling down on those things and becoming very serious about those things. Okay. In your 20s, you can get away with it. Trust me. I've done that. I've drank. Okay. Went to a club, drank all night long, partied all night long, woke up the next day and went to work like it was nothing. Okay. But I can't do that no more. That it just don't work for me. Okay. One drink of vodka and I am on my ass trying to recover the whole day. Okay. So it's just like what we used to be able to do in our 20s, we just can't do that no more. It's just not what it's rocking to be. All right. There's a lot going on. I'm still in my 20s. Yeah. I mean, that's why I was like, even in your 20s, like it's just not the same. Um, Back then when I was in my 20s, I feel like life was so much easier. I feel like, you know, we didn't have a lot of the things that the 20-year-olds have now. Because man, when I was like, when did technology really hit? Technology really hit when I was like in high school. Crazy. I was talking to a young girl about this the other day. I was like, we used to have to save stuff on a floppy disk and a USB cord. Like we didn't have chat GPT. we had to print out maps and stuff. Like, it's just crazy how it's like we're not even that old, but yet we were that generation where technology came about. So funny. All right, anyways. So the next one is not cleansing properly. Okay, not cleansing properly. So not cleansing your skin properly. And I could see that too. That's another part of your lifestyle. That's another part of your lifestyle. And something that I really hear from a lot of my clients too is that it's this thing of where they say, I don't have enough time. And I have to always call bullshit because I'm like, you got time. If you got time to shower, you got time to wash your face. What I used to do, what I used to do is that if I'm rushing out the door in the morning, I would just wash my face and shower. I would just wash my face and shower. Like if you're in the shower already, grab your face wash and wash your face in the shower. So people are like, "Oh, I don't have time," and I'm like, "Well, you don't have the time, but how do you shower daily? You get in the or do you not shower? You know what I'm saying? That's the thing. Or also like just making it into your lifestyle. Listen, we have time for so much. I always say this over and over again. We have time for so much. We have time to scroll on these damn phones. We got time to be in drama. We got time to go to work. But you telling me you don't have 10 minutes to do your skincare routine? And then when your skin is looking busted and disgusted, you want to be in my face. No, no. Okay. All right. And then the last one is avoiding professional treatments. I'm going to have to say that too. I agree. In your 30s, you should have an esthetician. Okay. You should have someone that you go to. And I'm someone, okay, let me tell you this, right? Because people will be like, I don't want to go see someone every week. I mean, every month. I maintain my skin really good. Okay. I actually haven't had a facial in probably 2 years. I actually need to make that appointment. I do. But when I used to go to my girl, she would tell me, "Oh, you don't need a facial every month. Your skin is pretty decent." So I would go to her every 6 months just to get her to do my extractions, just to get her to really do a face mask and really take care of my skin. So if your skin overall looks best, you're not going to be getting facials every month. Okay. Especially if you don't have any major concerns, you can push your facials out. For me, every 6 months because my skin is pretty decent. Like there's not much that needs to be done. But to have your skin look its best and to age gracefully, you do need to see someone and have someone besides yourself look at your skin because there are times where there are some things you may not see. Okay, they have this little thing where they can look at your skin and see all the breakouts and stuff. There are some things that you may not see. You get what I'm saying? So it's important that you have a specialist look at your skin and can tell you what you need, your skin type, and all of that. All right. So don't be afraid to go see a esthetician. Don't be afraid to. Yeah, they can be a little pricey, but y'all can afford it. Y'all can afford it. I don't want to hear none of that either. I don't want to hear none of that. Okay. Now, skin is too expensive, but you be in Sephora. You be in Sephora buying all that makeup. Nah, nah, okay. Priorities. All right. So those are just some few skincare mistakes that you make in your 30s. I'm going to open up the ground. Do you guys have any questions for me? Any questions for me? And see, the beauty of it all, and I'm going to say this, the beauty of it all is aging gracefully. And I tell my clients this all the time, aging gracefully. I think in this society, there's so much trying to stop the aging process or trying to slow the aging process. You know what I'm saying? And I've met women in their 60s, in their 70s who look gorgeous because they took care of themselves and their skin. And there is nothing wrong with aging. There is nothing wrong with moving forward in that. But it's aging gracefully. That's one thing I always say. Gracefully. Okay. Um, Here's something I learned. I did some checking around. The antioxidant called lycopene. I've heard of that one before. Is really good for the skin. Have you ever heard of? I've heard of it. I heard of it. Um, is it a naturally sourced antioxidant? It sounds like it's something that is, let me look it up real quick. Oh, I looked at the wrong thing. I'm like, white blood cells. What is that? Hold on. That's something else. That is probably a medicine. It's a natural lycopene. Okay. So what is it inside of? Is it in tomatoes? Yes, it's in tomatoes. I mean, antioxidants are antioxidants. It doesn't matter what type of antioxidant I feel. Antioxidants, you can get them in so many different fruits, vegetables, herbs, teas. I mean, and antioxidants usually are more so in um, rich foods like berries and I don't think strawberries have much antioxidants, but beets and things of that sort. But I think also too, oranges are a source of antioxidant as well. But antioxidants are antioxidants. They're always going to help keep away free radicals and help to keep your skin looking its best. So doesn't to me it doesn't really matter what form of antioxidant you get as long as you're getting some antioxidant into your system. But usually those type of foods are rich in antioxidants. It's just that they make them fancy sounding, you know. And another thing too is that there was a guy. Well, there's something that I was watching. It was on a whole different topic though. It was talking about spirituality and things of that sort. But there was something along the lines of you can continue to research something so much that you never apply it to your life. And I kind of want to also implement that into talking about skincare here because I feel like a lot of times we do so much research on products and ingredients and this and that. And a lot of people don't know where to place it in their life or in their routine. And if it's something that really needs to be within your routine, a good one, but tomato products have more lycopene. Ketchup. Mm-mm. Ketchup, mm-mm. Unless you have a naturally sourced ketchup, don't even think about it. Ketchup is not even, no. Mm-mm. Ketchup is not, that's sugar. Ketchup is nothing but it's a processed food. And that's where I say a lot of research needs to happen because ketchup is a processed food. It's not a natural food. Um, unless you are using unless you are a hand making your ketchup from scratch, the back of that bottle got so many things in it. It's not even probably tomatoes. You probably got this much tomato in here. Yeah, salsa of course is a good one, especially if it's hand. Well, salsa is of course handmade, unless it's some fake tomatoes. But when you are talking about like food and the ingredients that you need to get the nutrients from it, you have to be really mindful where you're getting it from. Condiments are a processed food, so you're not getting nutritional value from that. But smashing up a tomato, just a raw tomato and putting it on your burger, okay, yeah, you're gonna get that. You're gonna get that nutrient. But ketchup doesn't have that, not at all. Ketchup is actually, I was watching something on processed foods, and they were saying that people are not really thinking or considering certain things that are processed foods. So, for example, condiments are an ultra processed food. What else was it? Protein bars or granola bars, breakfast bars, those are processed foods. And they're saying that so many people are eating it thinking that it's okay, when in reality, it is a form of processed food as well. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't think anything. Oh, you said organic ketchup has, yeah, it has more because it's organic. Listen, I don't be trusting. I don't listen. The way that this food industry, and we talked about this yesterday on the live, the way that this food industry is, we have to be really careful. We have to be really careful. I bought a rotisserie chicken from the store the other day, and I can promise you that chicken was just weird in texture. It wasn't giving chicken. And they're always talking about how they doing this lab grown meat, and I'm really like, you just don't know what you are eating anymore. It's kind of crazy. It's starting to become really crazy. Um, but yeah, but yeah, even like Whole Foods, there was a whole thing about Whole Foods not having real organic food, and Trader Joe's is not having organic food. I'm like, do I just need to have my own farm at this point? Just start making my own and growing my own, because this is getting ridiculous. Oh, I don't like ketchup at all. I never liked ketchup because I knew it wasn't real ketchup. I knew it was nothing but sugar in some tomato paste or whatever that is. And yeah, I mean, you're better off getting a can of tomato paste, honestly, and just smearing that on your burger. But the reason why people like ketchup is because it has a sweetness to it. You got to keep in mind, a lot of these condiments people like is because it has a sweetness to it. Ketchup naturally is not going to be sweet like that. It's not. You smash up or paste up a tomato, it's not going to be super sweet. Because if you eat a tomato, tomatoes are usually more like, they have a, I don't even know how to explain the taste of them, but it's not sweet. You probably have like a little salt. I don't know. Like, it's just, it never made sense to me. Like, y'all want to put sweet paste or sweet sugary stuff all over your fries? Okay. All right. You guys do any Black Friday shopping? Yeah, high fructose corn syrup. That's another one. You know, there was a lady who was saying, oh, she says, the guy was asking her, what is the hardest addiction to break? And besides, I think it was like drugs or meth or something, she said that it was sugar. It was sugar. And I can see that. I can see that being the thing. Sugar is such a, it got a chokehold on everything, and it's in everything. That's the crazy part about it. You think you got something that doesn't have sugar in it, it does. Oh, of course. Of course. Back then, a lot of stuff was a lot more healthier. Shoot, they didn't even give babies the amount of vaccines that they give them now. Everything was a lot more healthier back then than what it is now. Now they're knowing, now I think what it is that there's a lot of being cheap and cutting costs and making more money. And not only that, pharmaceutical, we have to understand, they make a lot of money off of people being sick. They do. A lot of things can naturally be cured or naturally be taken care of if they gave people the tools that they needed. But instead, they're just giving people a pill. That's what they're doing. They're just giving people a pill. I remember some years ago, right? I went to go for my physical, and I'm not a big fan of a doctor and stuff, of course, nobody is. But I was a little annoyed because I got there on time, but I was sitting there forever. They were running behind or something. So I'm already nervous, irritated. I'm ready to go. They take my blood pressure. My blood pressure is high. They take it again, it's high. And so they ended up running some other tests or whatever because my blood pressure was high. They were concerned or whatever. And the lady, the doctor, was like, "Oh well, we're probably gonna have to consider to put you on blood pressure medication." I said, "What?" At this time, I think I was like 30. I was like in my early 30s, late 20s. I'm like, "What?" Like, you're throwing blood pressure medicine at me because my blood pressure is high. Now, you're not factoring in, we're not talking about my diet. We're not talking about what's going on in the moment right now. I'm stressed. I'm upset. You're immediately like, oh, we're going to have to give you blood pressure medicine. No, I thought, I was like, no, you're not. And she's like, well, just watch it. Just make sure you're watching your blood pressure and make sure that it's, ma'am, I don't have any other issues. I don't have any. major issues that are leading to the fact of high blood pressure. And just off of the fact that it's a high blood pressure, you're throwing pills down my throat. And that's when I immediately knew. I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. And then she was like, well, do you have a lot of headaches? I said, I don't. Because I guess that's a part of, if you constantly have high blood pressure, you're going to have like headaches and stuff. But it just really continues to show me that, they want to shove it down your throat. Now, for me too, I've never gotten the flu vaccine. I've never gotten the COVID vaccine. And I remember years ago, this happened to me over and over again. Years ago, I went in and I remember a nurse leaned into me and told me, don't take the flu shot. She said, whatever you do, don't do it. And I'm like, oh, say no more. I won't ever take the flu shot. And I remember one time, sometime down the line, a doctor was like, oh, do you want the flu shot? I said, no, I don't want the flu shot. And they were like, you know, then they came in with a shot, and I'm like, what is that? And they're like, oh, it's the flu shot. I was like, I said I didn't want the flu shot. Oh, like they were trying to force it on me. You get what I'm saying? And I'm just like, I've never had the flu. Knock on wood. My immune system is pretty good. I get sick. I gotten sick. I barely get sick. Let's just put it that way. And I just don't feel the need to introduce something into my body. And I've seen people who took the shot, they end up getting sick. My brother, my sister took the flu shot, and now they're getting the flu the next week, and they on their ass for like a week or two. I'm not doing that to myself. No. And let me not get started on the COVID vaccine. The fact that they were bribing people to take it was my number one red flag. That was my number one red flag. Take the vaccine and get free Laker tickets. Take the vaccine and get a beer. Take the vaccine. And I'm just like, why are you guys trying to get people to take a vaccine that y'all don't even know what it's doing yet? It has not been out long enough to see what the effects are with it. Don't get me started. Don't get me started. Okay. And this is just the fact of just like waking up. Like, I just think like society has to wake the fuck up and see what is going on. And that none of this shit. Ooh, let me calm down. Let me calm down. But none of this is in our favor. None of it is in our favor at all. You get what I'm saying? Because if it was in our favor, you would see people getting better, right? Why is it that there are so many ingredients in this country that are banned from other countries? Is that not concerning the people? Is that not like something that goes, like, I just, anyways, but I digress. Listen, y'all, I'm telling you. But this is why I'm so passionate about, well, skin is one of the main things, but also overall health. Overall health, and just taking accountability and being your own advocate for your own health. Because that is another thing. And I'm not just talking about as a doctor being an advocate for your health, but in everyday life, from what you pick up and put in your mouth. Now it's okay because I be having my cookies and stuff too. Don't get it wrong. But balance. You had 2 sodas today. You don't need a third one. Go pick up some water. You just ate a whole thing of some cookies. You don't need that ice cream. Cut it for the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying? You just balancing it out. The other day, where was I? I was at the store looking at breads, and I was just I compare, ingredients. Excuse me, I compare ingredients whenever I'm going to the store just to see what is in stuff. Oh, and they have this app. Let me show you this app that I use. This is kind of going a little different conversation, but it's okay. It's all right. There's a few apps that I use. There's one app specifically that I use for skincare. I don't know if I showed you guys this app before, but this app is really good at helping me like figure out with skincare, like what is good. And I had one for food. Let me see if I can find that one too. But I want to show you guys the one that I use for skin. So it's called One. Hold on. So this is the one that I use. So whenever, like, let's say I want to know about a product, I'm kind of curious on what it does for the skin, or if it's good, you can just take like a photo of the barcode of a product. It's going to show me, but you can like take a photo of the barcode and all that, and then it'll tell you what it is. Let me see if I have some history. Oh no, I don't have any history. I did have history. But anyways, so yeah, so that is a way that you can like, oh, I don't have a product to show y'all. No, that doesn't have a barcode on it. What is in here? I have no idea what's in this bottle. I just know it's not face stuff. Oh, I don't have anything to show you guys around me. Okay, anyways, but yeah, so you scan the code, and then it'll tell you like if a product is, hold on, let me see if I can find one. I want to show you guys how it works. I think you can also type it in. You know what? Screw it. Okay, so this product here, right? So this is a CeraVe product. So it'll tell you on the scale of what CeraVe is and how good it is. If it's green, 97 to 100%, that means that its safety matching is good. And then they tell you which ingredients are like high risk and which ingredients aren't high risk. So they go through and they tell you everything. Um, and they give you a whole scoring method on it. And then you can also go through and read like people's reviews and all. So this is just really great if you are in store and you want to know if a product is good for you or not, or if it has like parabens and stuff like that. That's what I use. And it's pretty easy and it works pretty well. And then there's one for food. Where is it? Fig. It's called Fig. It looks like this. So you can also like scan your food in store and it can tell you like how good it is. So like they'll tell you like it'll have like little signs next to it. So like for example, let's say you just want some of these here. So they'll tell you which one is good for like anti-inflammatory diet, the ingredients which are anti-inflammatory, or let me show you this really quickly. So this is what the green is good, moderate, stay away from. And the thing about fig too is that you can adjust it to your dietary needs. So if there's anything that you are like not wanting to eat, you can put it into the system here, and then you can scan an item and it'll tell you if it has like that in it. So there are like tools out there, I feel, for us to use to comb through the bullshit, if you will. And I just say use it. Use it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when it comes to skincare, use it. They're free. Some of the things on there they want you to like buy, but you don't have to buy it. You just scan it when you want to use it, and it does pretty well. But yeah, so I mean, like when it comes to skincare, food, all that, you just gotta really um take into consideration what you are eating and being really honest. Did y'all hear about, okay, this is another one. Did y'all hear about human meat being in McDonald's food? I haven't eaten McDonald's in a minute, but have you seen that there's human body parts, humans meat in the food? I'm like, wouldn't put it past it. I mean, but why? Because I mean, we have cows and stuff. I don't think the cows are shortage. I mean, unless they're just being short and they're like, hey, let's just go ahead and grind up some people and put them in there. But you also have to take everything with a grain of salt because you can't believe everything you see as well in this world. So that's another factor. That is another factor. But yeah, y'all. So, anyways, is there any questions for me about skincare? Mm-hmm. Oh, and also, if you guys are not following me on Instagram, hold on. Y'all should be following me on Instagram. Let me get my little Instagram here. It's Skyn.Spiritualist. So it's the same way here, but Skyn.Spiritualist. So you should be following me on there. Yes, because we talk about a lot of things that are skincare on there as well. I do have a skincare TikTok, but I haven't put nothing on there in a while. Hold on. Y'all, there be too many socials to keep up with. I can't. I be trying, but I be like, YouTube is like kind of like where I'm at. It's like my house in a way. So I don't really like to mess around with too much of there. But I tried it. Let me see. Let me show y'all. Oh, did I get new followers? I haven't been on here in a while. Wait, go to my page. Oh no, I think I lost some followers. But same thing, I have a TikTok. So yeah, same thing. It's not too much on there though. Oh yeah, there is. So yeah, I have a TikTok too that I've been, zippling and dabbling in, but not too much. Yeah, you know what made me stop eating McDonald's? I stopped eating McDonald's. One day I walked into McDonald's. It was a morning. There was one down the street from my house. And I walked down there because I was like, ooh, I want to go and get like a McMuffin or whatever, right? So I walked in there and I looked around. Everybody in there was obese. I got scared and I left. I got scared and I left. Everywhere, literally, I looked over here, looked over. Everyone in there was overweight. And something inside of me said, you don't need to be eating here anymore. And I turned around and I left. And I never ate at McDonald's again. Because to be really honest, you got to look at what the people look like. What does the consumer look like? And that just told me all I needed to know. Everybody in there was out of shape, overweight. And it was like 6 or 7 o'clock in the morning. So I was like, yeah, no. So yeah, I used to tear them chicken nuggets up too. Them bad boys were good with the barbecue sauce. Now they French fries though. I will go and get French fries. I think I've had their French fries a few months ago because their French fries do hit. So I just wouldn't buy nothing from the meat section because between their chicken, are the chicken nuggets even chicken nuggets? At this point, I don't even think them bad boys are chicken nuggets. You know. Oh, I can't wait to get these nails done. Look at this. I had to reschedule my appointment, and then Thanksgiving hit, and she was off with family, so I had to. So now I had to wait a whole extra another week. So I get them done on Wednesday. I don't even know what color. I think I'm just gonna do a neutral pink. Call it a day. But yeah, y'all. So that is it. It is 12:35. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Oh, y'all, I'm reading this book. Now, Aaliyah's face, you guys probably all know Aaliyah's face. She put up that she was reading this book, and I've been looking for something new to read. And I think I'm on chapter 11 or 12. Hold on. So I am currently reading um Pretty Girls by Karen, hold on, Slaughter. Go back. I want to show you guys this book right here. That's the one that I'm reading. When I tell you, this is one of the best reads that I've had in a while. Okay. And I'm a Kindle girl now. Like I'm reading from my phone. I didn't think I was ever going to be that type of girl, but I don't have to worry about taking a book with me anywhere, which is good. That was weird. Anyways, yeah, it's a very good read. Very good read. I don't want to spoil it, but a very good read. I'm like on the edge of my seat with this read for sure. Vinegar is vinegar. I mean, yeah, vinegar is vinegar. That too. I mean, but I wouldn't be surprised soon if they have like fake vinegar. Mm, yeah. So yeah, that's currently what we are doing. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've been doing a lot of like, oh, you guys, I have been like, oh no. Y'all, my nails. Look, I need to go get these nails done. Wednesday can't come fast enough. I'm over here looking raggedy. If it's one thing about me, I do not like when my nails are not done. It bothers me. And then I'm like, I should just get my own little kit and do my nails at home, but I'm not. I promise you, I'm not that. I'm not that girl. I'm not that girl. Listen, I do my own makeup, I do my own waxes, I do my own hair. Nails just something that I just do not want to have to tackle. But it's like situations like this where I'm like, anyways, one thing that I have really been like doing to you guys is that I have been on this whole like playing around with manifestation. Like, I have really just been on some like challenging my beliefs and my thoughts and things of that sort. And it's kind of interesting. Like, I think a lot of us think that we got things in the bag, like we're like healed and shit like that. And then you start to challenge yourselves in these ways, and you're like, oh, nah, that's still an issue. That's still an issue. That's something I need to work on, you know? So, yeah. And that's even down to like my career. Because now I'm at this point in my career where I'm like, what's the next step, Eunice? What is the next step? We got to come up with a next step. And then challenging your own beliefs and your own mindsets about stuff. Um, it's just like you got to get out of your own way. And the one thing about like manifesting, and this is something that I recently also kind of connect the dots on after doing so much research. I'm never watching another manifestation video again. Okay. Let me tell you why. I also like neural knowledge. I don't know if you guys follow neural knowledge on here. Good guy. I watch him and take notes and all. But let me tell you something about manifestation, and it is not what y'all. I've come down to the conclusion of manifestation is whatever you believe, right? So if you believe I'm going to get this apartment that I've been wanting, and you're fixated and you don't waver on it, like, no, I'm gonna get that. No, I'm gonna get that. Like, that's mine, right? And you are, of course, doing things like maybe saving up the money for it, but you are not wavering no matter what comes your way. You're gonna get it like that. Like, that's exactly what it is. And the reason why I also like another thing that messes us up in society is that we have been so conditioned to second guess the things that we want. We've been so conditioned to think that we can't have the things that we desire in this lifetime when you can. And it's not hard. The mind is powerful. I keep having to say that to people and even to myself. The mind is powerful. Your thoughts, your words, your intentions, what you do is powerful. And until people wrap that around their heads and not look at what is outside of you and believe in what it is that you want, you're never going to see what you want in life materialize in the way in which you want it to. There is no need, and this is where I said I'm never doing research on manifestation again, because the core of it is just that. Now, the tools that people use. So, for example, you have scripting, you have meditation, visualization, journaling, affirmations, mantras. You have all these tools, right? And you just got to figure out what tool fits you when it comes to manifesting what it is that you want in your life. But the core belief of it, or the core shit of manifestation, is what you want. You believe that it is yours and you have it no matter what is happening to you or your life or what is going on in your external 3D world. That is exactly what manifestation is. That's exactly what it is. And we do it all the time. Y'all, we do it all the time. It's so crazy. Like, we do it all the time. You manifest every day. Every day, every time you think about something, every time you focus on something. Oh, I want to go to school for this. And you want it so bad that you focus on going to your dream school and you end up getting in and getting like it. That is the core of it. But however you go about it, there's different ways of going about it. But I think I kind of leveled up in that area when it comes to manifestations and all of that, because for so long you do so much research and you hear, excuse me, other people talk about manifestation, and it sounds like something that is so mystical and probably not attainable, but that's not the case. People make it difficult for no reason. But at the same time, society doesn't want us to know how powerful the brain is. They want to keep it in a cage. Ooh, let me not go too deep. They want to keep you here. So you can never know your potential. You know, I have to put this shit down. There are times like today, I've actually been watching my screen time a lot because I'm like, I find myself doom scrolling. I'm gonna be really honest with you. I find myself just, and I look up and it's like it's been an hour of me just on Instagram, TikTok, doom scrolling. And I'm like, I don't want to spend my hour doing that. There's other things that I need to do. There's other things I can do. I can be reading, or I have a book nook that I'm working on. Like just doing things to get my brain out of the box in which they want to keep us in, right? Technology is a good thing. It's a good thing to have, but it's also a trap. I don't want to scroll away. You know, that's not what I want to do. And then on top of that too, see, and I be getting frustrated too because like earlier today I hopped on the Instagram and like the videos. Now I do my research on relationships and things of that sort, so that's probably why my algorithm is a little jacked. But like I'm scrolling and your man doesn't love you if he doesn't do this. Girl, you know he cheating on you. 10 signs he ain't really into you. You think he really like you? Let me tell you about starting my baby daddy. I'm like, put the phone down. Put, because now y'all are pissing me off, right? And on top of that too, like it's so crazy. I have to probably redo my algorithm, but I have another Instagram page that I algorithm or play with the algorithm to get more positive things to come up on my feed. I'm tired of hearing about relationships and people getting cheated on and 10 signs he don't want you. That's not something that I want to pay attention to. Not saying it's not reality, it does, but you are what you look at. You are what you consume. So if you are consuming all this stuff about negativity, you're going to have that's going to be on your mind. You get what I'm saying? So it's just like, no, I don't want to consume that. Show me black marriages. Show me black couples getting married and proposals and happy, vacationing, having families, building businesses, empires, moving into a home. That's what I want to see. I don't want to hear and see about people going through it. I don't want to hear your trauma. No. So I'm gonna have to redo my algorithm. But then again, I get caught up because I've been listening to people's stories. Listen, I like to hear people's stories too, because then I come across something. Yeah, he cheated on me with his best friend, huh? And then my ass is sitting there watching it, and the algorithm's like, "Oh, you like that, huh?" And it feeds you more. Because on the flip side, I do like, I do like that type of stuff. Okay, all right. That's another thing too. I'm a little toxic as well as not toxic, but I like the drama. I like the drama too. I do, but not all the time. Not all the time. Anyways, y'all, I need to get up off of here. I need to get up off of here. What is my percentage at? Hold on. We're at 23%. All right, so I'm gonna open the floor. Do y'all have any questions for me? Or y'all just like hearing me rant until the end of time? Y'all just like hearing me talk, 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 talk. And I mean, I can do that, but I only go so far. All right. Okay, y'all. Well, pretty much that is today's live. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed. If you guys have any other questions, you can always put them down in the comment section and I will get back to you on it. But yeah, you guys enjoy your Saturday. Have a great one and make sure you are taking time for your skincare because we want to age gracefully over here. Okay. You don't want to be looking sucked in at the age of 40. Because if you look sucked in, I'm just gonna look at you and go, I told you. I told you. All right. Y'all have a good one, and I'll catch you in a later live. Bye.